Hello.
Hello, namaste sir.
Namaste, namaste. Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Devghar, Jharkhand.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. What's your question, sir?
Sir, from last few days back, Singapore PM Lee Jae-hoon, Lee Hsien Loong,
Uh-huh.
whatever the
Yes,
name
yes.
is.
Yeah.
Sir, he made an absurd statement about India that half of the MPs in the parliament are criminals, and
Oh.
he got this information from international media. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing is that from past 2 years or so, the entire propaganda is going from Western media that Hindu-phobic propaganda that India is bad and this and that. And you can see that from this propaganda, our allies are also having a negative sense about India, which they were not having few years back or past decade or so. This kind of
Okay. What's your
propaganda
question, sir?
and what can India do to tackle this propaganda and shit?
Okay, so you started with Singapore. Okay, so let me address the Singapore thing. The Prime Minister of Singapore, Mr. I forget his name. I don't want to mispronounce it, so I'll not say it. But the Prime Minister, he made some statements about some parliamentarians in India who have some criminal record or something, and he also said something very nice about Mr. Shri Jawaharlal Nehru ji, and so on. So I would like to point out a couple of things. Singapore is not a democracy; it's a de facto one-party dictatorship. And the current Prime Minister of Singapore, his father, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, was the founder of Singapore, so to say, and he was an out and out dictator. He was a dictator. And he disappeared many people who were not very convenient for him. Disappearing someone, one wonders what that means. So, who are these people to talk about India? They are not even a democracy. They are a dictatorship. It's a one party dictatorship. Who are they to talk about India? If they want to talk about India, then they should be prepared for the kind of response that will come back. So we don't have to give give a damn about what these people have to say. If they want to say something, we can show them the mirror. First, look at yourself in the face. Look at yourself in the mirror. Then you talk about somebody else. Now, when you talk about this propaganda that is promoted in the West, this Hindu phobic propaganda and all, there's nothing we can do about it, right? Because the entire Western media, it serves their national interest. It serves the Western interest. We think they have a free and fair media. It's an illusion. The media over there is nothing but the propaganda arm of the state. The BBC is the propaganda arm of the British government for the past God knows how many decades. That's what it is. It is simply propaganda. We think that because they have this posh English accent, that's what they're right. No, they are propagandists. Similarly, for the Washington Post, New York Times, CNN, whatever else it is, it's all propaganda. The thing we can do is once we have sufficient money, we can try and buy some of those media outlets and then have them spout our propaganda. And what the other thing we can do is, why can't we have a BBC like organization or CNN like organization of our own, which is globally relevant and globally visible? We have the money to do it, but apparently we don't have the will to do it. We have something called Doordarshan, which is not even visible within India. It is still behaving like it is still in the 1970s. So we need to welcome ourselves into the 21st century and play by the 21st century rule book. That's what we need to do.